This one is an email from Kathy. She said, we have an employee that is very much like our own daughter. She was recently diagnosed with lupus. She has been getting sick a lot, mostly upper respiratory issues. She had influenza A twice in the last couple of months, and she does now have a rash on her back. We have more research to do, but in the meantime, are there any vitamins, etc., that you can recommend? I saw an article that said to stay away from vitamin E. Also, make sure she takes vitamin D. Please let me know of any products that you might have that help. Thank you, Kathy. That's a rough diagnosis.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm very sorry to hear that. I think there's just a couple things to touch on here. One thing that I think, is an obvious question is related to the vitamin E. Really, is there a problem with taking vitamin E? I could not find any benefits or problems. So I'm not quite sure maybe if there was a study or there was an article that she's referencing there. I didn't see that.
Okay.
So again, neither pro nor con there. The vitamin D is definitely interesting. There is a study I'd probably recommend that you look at. It's from 2018, Autoimmune Highlights Journal, but it can be found on PubMed Central. It's regarding role of vitamin D deficiency in lupus. And I think what's interesting too is they state that vitamin D definitely has an immune modulating effect, with lupus being a autoimmune disease, and they're not sure if it's a risk factor for vitamin D deficiency or just a consequence, but either way, there is a significant association. And in this study, they looked at different parameters of supplementing with vitamin D, and there was improvement not just in the D level, but in certain markers and certain symptoms of lupus. And as time goes on, that could definitely be something. I'm sure initially there's bigger things to look at, but this could definitely be a piece of the puzzle. See what her D level is. Have her doctor take a look at this study, discuss it with them. It could be again just a piece of the puzzle. And I linked it because again with vitamin D and its immunomodulatory effects.
Right.
So. I think that's definitely a place to start. If she just wants to start taking some vitamin D now, I think, 1,000 or 2,000 units is very safe. If she has an active infection, there's nothing wrong with for a period of time while sick, going up to 5,000 or 10,000 a day. But I would definitely want to see what the level is and maybe just, take a look at that big picture. Vitamin C as well. I know that with increased stress, obviously with all that she has going on and you're sick, vitamin C levels have been shown to drop. So I think that it's a good thing maybe to take, at least while sick, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C a few times a day, back down if there's any loose stool. Probiotics are always a good recommendation. When you're dealing with immune issues, I think one basic good quality probiotic a day can be of help. Mm-hmm. There is, kind of getting more into this kind of supplement realm. We carry something called Virostat. It's a combination of herbs as well as nutrients. So it's got, your vitamin A, vitamin C, pantothenic acid, B12, zinc, all working together. Again, we can go into these individually, but I think it's outside of the scope. But it also has herbs like echinacea, astragalus that have been shown to help immune function. I think the key thing with something like this is while you're sick, to do it very often, 1 or 2 capsules every hour. These are not cures. These are not guarantees. They're just safe things that you can do, to potentially mitigate, some of the sicknesses that have been reoccurring with her. And I'd be remiss not to mention, more lifestyle interventions. Fatigue is a very common, issue to deal with in lupus. Make sure that sleep is paramount. Diet as much as you can, fruits and vegetables. I know it's probably difficult right now, but exercising also is critical. Basic hand washing, anything you can do just to help your immune system function at its best. And then again, I do, relative to supplements and the direct question and the link of vitamin D, I would really be, recommending that to be looked at as well.
Okay, so the things you mentioned were vitamin D, vitamin C, probiotics, and Virostat.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right. I hope that helps, Kathy. I hope that helps that employee. And that's it. That's a rough call. Good luck. Good luck.